So what are the traits you look for in those who lead your various businesses and enterprises?
Well, I'm very much in technology. So for me, if somebody is going to lead something in technology, they must themselves be good at technology. Meaning that if they're going to lead something that involves complex engineering, they must themselves be good at engineering. They don't necessarily need to be the best engineer on the team, but they need to be very competent in their field. So this is incredibly important. To me, if somebody is leading a given engineering field or engineering department and they are not good at that, then that would be like a cavalry captain who can't ride a horse. Problem. Great leader in every way, except can't ride a horse. And then you got to charge into battle, and the cavalry captain falls off the horse. It's not inspiring. So, cavalry captain must be able to ride a horse. That's actually, they don't need to be the best horse rider, but they must be competent in this regard. Otherwise, they cannot evaluate the talent of the team, and they don't understand the technology that's being developed. This may seem like a simple thing, but it is often the case that this is overlooked. I don't want to pick on the CEO of Boeing, but he's got a degree in accounting or something, which I think that's the key. You want to have like someone who knows how airplanes work, running the airplane company.
I guess I have to cross out my job at Boeing CEO. There goes. Yeah. Can't do that.
No, but I mean, it's like you want to not be it's just if you're running an airplane company, you should know you should know how airplanes work and how they fly and how to design an airplane. I think that's pretty important. So I think it's vital.
But how do you create innovative intuition in those that work for you? I mean, you're famous for trying to gain efficiencies, create better processes, pushing to try to gain those not just efficiencies but effectiveness. So is it possible? Can you build this innovative intuition in a person?
Well, I think it is possible to learn to be innovative. A lot of times, for any given thing, you have to say, did you try? This may sound obvious, but actually try. Like if somebody might wonder, well, can I be innovative? Well, have you tried? Just try thinking of interesting ideas. I do find a good source of innovation is if you read about a whole bunch of fields, you can cross-fertilize ideas from one field into another. And so you can synthesize, so you take, say, SpaceX and Tesla. The automotive industry is very good at manufacturing. In terms of manufacturing complex machines at volume, the automotive industry is the best. Now, the rocket industry, space industry, is very good at advanced materials and making things very light. And so taking advanced materials and mass optimization concepts from the space industry, applying it to automotive, and taking automotive mass manufacturing techniques and applying it to space was kind of like a superpower.
But that's interesting, because when you think about it, when you're talking about innovating, though, and you said people can try, that means you have to be willing to let them fail.
Yes.
And so where do you draw the line between recklessness and being overly cautious?
No, if you're not failing at least some of the time, you're not trying hard enough. You have to fail some of the time. It's more like a batting average. Somebody should have a good batting average, but nobody bats 1,000. But if somebody bats 0 all the time, okay, you've got to take them off. So I think I do have this sort of very simple first principles algorithm that I think could be quite helpful. And I sort of say it as a mantra to myself because I've made this mistake so many times. So the first element is for any given thing, make the requirements less dumb. So whatever problem you solve, make the requirements less dumb. And whoever gave you those requirements, even if they are the smartest person in the world, they're still dumb. So if say like this is where say military procurement it goes wrong right at the outset with excess requirements. So you'll get sort of this giant document of requirements that actually should be like 1 page. So step one, make the requirements, simplify and just make the requirements less dumb. Because if you don't do that as the first step, then you can get the right answer, but to the wrong question. If the question's wrong, it doesn't matter. So then the step two is delete the part or process step. Delete. And if you're not putting in, if you're not adding back 10% of what you deleted, you haven't deleted enough. This is, again, the stuff sounds, I think maybe very obvious, but it's very effective. But it goes to the ideas like if some of the ideas that you're doing don't fail, you're not trying hard enough. And then only the third step is to optimize the thing. And if I say like, what's one of the mistakes that I see smart people making all the time, especially smart engineers, is optimizing a thing that should not exist. Sounds obvious. You know, like you could try to make, let's have the world's best biplane, cloth biplane. I'm like, well, actually, no, we should have jet airplanes instead, you know. So we should not optimize a thing that should not exist. And then step 4 is go faster. Again, this sounds really obvious, but people just don't. Try going faster. And the first step would be to automate something. But only automate it once you've done those other 4 things. Now, the reason I have this mantra is because I've personally, many times, automated something, sped it up, optimized it, and then deleted it. And I'm like, wait, I am tired of going backwards here. Yeah. So if you run that simple algorithm in many arenas of life, you will be shocked at how effective it is.
So shockingly, we are already running out of time. So let me ask you this. If you could choose one attribute, just one attribute, that'd be critical for our future officers to have to be successful, what would it be?
Curiosity. As long as you're not a cat. But curiosity. Try to read as much as possible, learn as much as possible, and in many different fields. And apply critical thinking to anything that you're told.
Thank you. So I'd like to say on behalf of Lieutenant General Gillen and the entire Academy, we're really thankful that you're here. We're really thankful you took the time to help us celebrate the excellence of the faculty and the cadets, and really sharing some wisdom with us, because we're really thinking about what do we need to do to be successful, because we have a very important mission, which is a no-fail mission, which is we have to fight and win, and we're laser focused on that.
Yeah, well, I mean, in my view, or I think probably a lot of people's views, you know, America is like Atlas holding up the free world, and you are the arms of Atlas. So,
thank you, Mr. Musk.
West Point, where we will make even our most complex initiatives accessible to broad audiences and give you an inside view to our cross-disciplinary work, which is being applied throughout the world.